Hey guys, Afin here, and in this video I'm gonna make my own version of Snake. This was all done with the help of Zigurous video. I'll leave a link in the description. First things first, I open up Unity, I make the screen black because that's the background of Snake, and then I make the camera size bigger. Then I create a sprite for the snake. I made it green and added the rigid body and the colliders. I also had to decrease the size of the colliders, as I'll show you right here, which I will tell you why in a moment. I also set it to trigger. Then I made another sprite for the food, which is for the snake to eat, and I made it red. I also added the box collider and I reduced the size as well. As you see here, this is because you don't want the snake to die when you just barely scrape by it. You want it to move and pass freely. Next up was adding walls to the game. I made them grey and I added it to all sides to fit. I made them darker and added colliders. Then we got to the dirty work, making the C# script. This code was to allow the snake to move around. I added it to the game. And it was crazy fast. It was going left, up, right, down. I could barely control it. And I learned something new. You can actually reduce the speed of your game in Unity. So I did that. And it was now at a sensible speed where you can control it, not too fast and not too slow. Next up was the food script. First up is making a grid area and adding a collider, which should be just around the edges as you see here, because you don't want the food to spawn in the walls. So what the script does is when the snake collides with the food spawns in a different area in the grid area. And as you see here, yep, it spawns in a different area. Now the game was coming to life. And then some more codes to make the snake grow every time it collides with the food. But that didn't really work out well. So I made some little changes. I don't really know how to explain what is happening, so I'll just show you. Basically, when you grow, this is what happens to your body as you move. So you can see how it moves over the lines. And that was the end of the tutorial, and yeah, that was the game. And looking very nice, looking very good. Now it's time to add my own ideas. So one of the plans for Point Man, which if you don't know is a special character that I'm developing, is that he will eventually face off against this huge monster. This monster ravages people and Point Man has to save them from him and fight him and kill him, I guess. His name is Stereotron. I plan to make him just be robotic. So the idea for this game is for me to turn this snake into a mini Stereotron, if you understand what I'm saying. I started by changing it to the monster's color, but I wasn't really feeling it. So I used this website to find the perfect color. Then I wanted to make it better by adding a face for the snake. So I drew a face in Krita and added him to the game. But the face was moving all around the whole place. I didn't know what to do with this and I just had to leave it. I tried drawing from a different angle to see if that would work. But the same thing was still happening and I didn't even know what to do about this, so I had to just remove the face entirely. So I had to go back to this boring old one. Guys, don't blame me, this is what I could do. And next up, I'm adding the text for the score and the high score text. Then I had to make a main menu, so I drew a pause button in Krita and added it to the game. Then I made a play button for the pause menu. Then I designed the main menu for the game. The play button and the create button. Then I used this app called BFXR to make some sounds. Then I just copied how I made my first game. I used the game sound system. Now the game had sounds. Then I finally used Unity particle system for the first time. I always heard Danny talking about it, so I finally used it. Then I had to find a way to code so that when you collide with the food, it increases your score by 1, and then that will be your high score, and the game will save that until you overcome the high score. I had to improvise for this. I didn't really know what to do. I can't even explain to you what I did, but it's working, so enjoy this, guys. I was messing around with the post-processing, and I found this color grading thing which makes the game look so much cooler, but it didn't really fit with the vision of the game, so I had to cut it and scrap this, even though it looks so cool, guys. So I just stuck with a little post-processing bloom. It just makes a little difference, but you can see it, right? And that was it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to play the game, you can play the game on itch.io, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.